Good afternoon. My name is John Abberger, and I'm the Artistic Director of the Toronto Bach Festival. We're pleased to announce that we've been awarded a wonderful grant from the Resilient Communities Program of the Ontario Trillium Foundation. As a part of this announcement today, I'm joined by my own MPP, Mr. Peter Tabuns, member of the Ontario Legislature representing the riding of Toronto Danforth, Ms. Katharine Bambrick, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ontario Trillium Foundation, and Ms. Bailão, Deputy Mayor of Toronto and Councillor representing Ward 9 in the City of Toronto. It's wonderful to be here today to talk about the value of music and culture to our city and province and the importance of supporting the arts, especially in these challenging times. The vision of the Toronto Bach Festival is to illuminate the creative genius of Johann Sebastian Bach through the transformative power of live performance. In normal, which is to say non-pandemic times, we present a 4-day festival exploring and celebrating the music of this iconic composer. Since our founding in 2016, our festival has been presented once each year in May, and we've enjoyed steady growth in our first 4 years. In fact, we were all set to present an outstanding 5th anniversary celebration in May 2020, when the pandemic stopped us in our tracks, as it did for so many performing arts organizations everywhere. It's been a difficult time for us, as it has been for our colleagues, but thanks to the outstanding support that artists and arts organizations have received from the government sources like the Ontario Trillium Foundation, I'm confident we will weather this storm and emerge strong and healthy and ready to serve the people of Toronto, the people of Ontario, and indeed Bach lovers everywhere. I'd like now to turn the floor over to Mr. Tabuns to speak to us about the importance of the culture industry in Ontario. Mr. Tabuns.
John, thank you very much. I really appreciate the introduction, and it's a real pleasure to be here today with you and the other guests. There's no doubt that the cultural industries in Ontario are economically vital, but they're also vital in terms of our sense of who we are and how we experience the world. I'm sure Councillor Bailão can speak to this as well, but as I talk to my constituents, these are very tough times for them. And the idea that the arts are there available to help rekindle our spirit and keep us strong is something that's really comforting. I want to say, as a representative of a riding that has a very large community of people in the arts, that I'm very appreciative that the Trillium Foundation and that Minister MacLeod made the very wise decision to make this investment. I'm looking forward to the performances, and I want to thank the Toronto Bach Festival for pulling things together, coming forward, applying for the grant, and presenting such a good case that it was hard for it to be turned down. I want to wish you success, and again, I want to thank the Government of Ontario for making this investment.
Thanks so much, Mr. Tabuns, for those kind words. I'd now like to welcome Ms. Bambrick to speak about the Resilient Communities Program at the Ontario Trillium Foundation. Ms. Bambrick. I believe you're still muted.
Thank you, John, for that very kind introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to begin by recognizing that Toronto, which is where the Toronto Bach Festival is located, is on the traditional territory of Indigenous peoples, dating back countless generations. I wish to acknowledge the long history of First Nations and Métis people in Ontario and show respect to them today. It is such a pleasure to be joined by yourself, by MPP Tabuns and Mayor Bailão, to celebrate news that the Toronto Bach Festival has received a Resilient Communities Fund grant in the amount of $46,900. Since the arrival of COVID-19, the nonprofit sector has had to confront the challenge of continuing to provide services and programs we all depend on in a safe and accessible way. As we all know, the arts play a vital role in the life of every community, providing artistic expression, entertainment, and employment. As the CEO of the Ontario Trillium Foundation, I've heard so many stories about the impact COVID has had in the sector and how it has sparked innovation at a previously unimaginable speed, and what organizations and communities really do need to rebuild and recover. As an agency of the Government of Ontario, we thank the province, the Ministry of Heritage, Sport, Tourism, and Culture Industries for its ongoing support of our mission. Since 1982, OTF has been actively building healthier, more vibrant communities by awarding grants to nonprofit groups across Ontario. Since 2016, I understand that the festival has been an active voice in the arts community, and OTF is so pleased that we can help you in this new environment. You prepared a very strong application, as MPP Tabuns mentioned, outlining how taking your concert series online would not only help maintain your audience, but find new ones as well. To deliver the conference, your grant will be put to work helping us with video equipment, rentals, artists, social media promotion, and website maintenance. I know, John, that you'll be speaking a little bit more in a few minutes, so I'll end here. But before I do, I really do want to sincerely thank the Toronto Bach Festival for everything you do for the community. While we all look forward to the day when we're able to go to concerts in person once again, this altered approach will be very meaningful to everyone while we are all staying at home, keeping safe. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bambrick, and thank you very much for those kind words. I'd like to turn the floor over now to Deputy Mayor Bailão to speak about the importance of the arts in our city.
Thank you, John, and thank you for all the work that you do as the Artistic Director of the Toronto Bach Festival. In many respects, music and culture is the very heart of our city. Johann Sebastian Bach once said that it is the special province of the music to move the heart. And festivals such as the Toronto Bach Festival do indeed move the heart. And boy, more now than ever do we need our hearts moved. It is especially important that this happens at this time, when so many of our musicians have been unable to share their talents because of the pandemic. So as a strong supporter of the music sector, including a member of the Toronto Music Advisory Committee in the City of Toronto, it is wonderful to see something as important as the Toronto Bach Festival move forward even in these very challenging times. In receiving this Trillium Foundation Resilient Communities grant, the Toronto Bach Festival ensures that indeed the music keeps playing, even if it is on a digital platform. The music of Bach, it's timeless and has hundreds of years enriched our lives and enriched lives of people across the world, from all corners of the world, and right here in Toronto, obviously, is no exception. As a city councillor for Davenport, a community that I'm very fortunate to represent, and that has lots of artists, including many, many musicians that live here, that perform here, that create here, and from all kinds of backgrounds, and who have a very wide range of talents. I'm extremely pleased to see this commitment of moving these festivals ahead, the innovation that comes with it, and obviously the support that comes from Trillium Foundation to make this possible. Our music industry has been at the center of our city's arts sector. Prior to the pandemic, on any given day, residents in our city could attend a Bach concert, music in the park, major venue concerts, and small live venue events, even though that right now it seems like a distant memory, because after a year after not going to any of this, I think everybody's craving for some of those events. So while current circumstances do not allow for these kinds of events, I know that they will return with the vigor and fervor that makes our city one of the great music cities of the world. One has only to look and hear the talent of the artists of the Toronto Bach Festival to realize the importance of supporting the great organization, this great organization, as it provides a digital platform to enjoy Bach and as others have done for over 400 years. We are also very grateful to the Ontario Trillium Foundation's Resilient Community Funds. The fund is an invaluable support to community organizations like the Toronto Bach Festival as they meet the challenges of the consequences of the pandemic and sustain their work until we're all able to return to normal in the days ahead, months ahead, we'll see.
We'll
So
see.
on behalf of our mayor, Toronto City Council, and all the residents of our city, I thank the Ontario Trillium Fund and all those of the Toronto Bach Festival for your invaluable contribution to our great city, and all the best for your digital season ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deputy Mayor Bailão, and thanks for your kind words. I want to say again how pleased and honored the Toronto Bach Festival is to receive this grant. Engaging audiences everywhere is the essence of our mission, and live performance has been and will to a large extent continue to be the medium through which we pursue this engagement. But for any organization whose primary mission is live performance, I'm going to engage in a little bit of understatement here. The pandemic has been a major disruptor. Although music performed online is, to my way of thinking, a pale imitation of the live performance experience, the online world and online presentations have proven to be a lifeline for performing arts organizations everywhere, and the Toronto Bach Festival is no exception. Once we canceled the 2020 festival, and as we came to terms with the reality that we would not be able to present a festival in 2021, we turned our energy to imagining how we will continue to reach our audience and how we can continue to engage them with online presentations. Now, I probably don't have to explain that recording and producing an online event or a live stream performance cannot be done at a high level without incurring significant costs. Enter the Toronto Trillium Foundation like a knight in shining armor to help us fund these online presentations as a crucial means of reaching and connecting with our audience. But it gets better. With the help of the funds provided by the foundation, we can reimagine our presentations, taking advantage of the video medium to create new experiences for our listeners that are different from those of a traditional concert. In this way, we can significantly expand our ability to engage our audiences with this truly extraordinary music. And of course, once our presentations are available online, they are by definition available to Bach lovers everywhere, and indeed to anyone in the world with an internet connection. In this way, we hope to expand our reach, bringing the vibrant cultural life of Toronto, of Ontario, and of Canada to the world at large. We have already had listeners from across the globe tuning into our online programming, and we believe there is scope for the Toronto Bach Festival to have a presence well beyond our city limits. I want to thank the Ontario Trillium Foundation again for supporting us, and I want to take this opportunity to express my gratitude for the outstanding support we have received from the province of Ontario, and especially from the many members of our community who have supported us with donations and have so enthusiastically attended our performances. Thank you, Mr. Tabuns, Ms. Bambrick, and Deputy Mayor Bailão for joining us today. Thank you.